The picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Robinson. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. And Penix. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Now Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. He's 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. Throwing is Penix. That's caught. It's Charlie Warner, the tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll run it here with Robinson. The speed on display. He's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point.
They'll throw. It's Penix. And he will get in for the 2.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission.
It's the NFL on EA Sports,
where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Marvin Mims now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Back to the air, Nix after the pick. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. And now it's second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third and long for him here. Escapes out to the left. And he'll get it up to the 44. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Hauled in left side. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Up the gut they go with Williams. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Now Nix on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Working quickly here. Straight ahead with Williams. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another run for Williams. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. is on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Here we go on 4th, Mix. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he gets him around 6 there. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Penix working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Penix here from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the shotgun, Penix. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And again, it's Penix. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. 1st down play, that's a 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Falcons with 10 to go still on 2nd down. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Penix now to throw. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it with Penix. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons grow their lead just before halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. He's throwing for it. And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
Well, maybe some second-guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
On the return, here's Mims. Return's looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Broncos offense all set to go. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Nix with it on 1st. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Here's Williams. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's 2nd and goal. Nix from the gun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing. So give them the football up at the 40. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here.
Automatic 1st down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Robinson on the inside give. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. To the air with Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy.
Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's P.J. Luck. And the Broncos will take over beyond their own 40. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Throwing on first down, Nix. He puts some power on a deep one left. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left. Portland Sutton, the man he was after. So it'll be second down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Nix. He's loaded another one up. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the third quarter right away. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. First and 10 now from the 30. They put a receiver in motion right. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Defense showing blitz. Here's Penix. Got a man. It's Drake London. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Another carry for Robinson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A dose of the hurry up offense here. First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 6 now. That one's complete, right side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sent down by Cody Barton.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd down give to Robinson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Working quickly here.
That's another Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Penix on first down. Has it down close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Offense up to the line fast. Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Just one. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Here's Penix. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Yeah, usually why you see coordinators call runs. Try to give yourself a little bit more room, so if you want to take a risk on 3rd down and it backfires, it doesn't backfire in 2 points, but let's give some credit to that defense. That's a big play, a momentum turner in the game.
Now here come the Falcons on offense. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
2nd and 8. Pitts brings it in. They get 35 out of that one. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Penix looking to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back to throw it. He'll get this complete to Pitts. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Falcons go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Here are the Falcons once again going for 2. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Denver ready for another offensive possession. In their last drive, reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He fires one deep down the right. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in?
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos have some new life in the fourth. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they threw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll throw again. Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Trying again, following the sack. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is caught for a score, and we are not done here yet. So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for two. He's throwing for it. And this is going to be caught for two. So some fight left in them. Love it. It is back to a one-score game. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. McLeod now returning it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
Space on the right. He's got room. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motioning one of the tight ends. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying with Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DP knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He lets a heater go deep. Middle. They did it. He made the interception. Riley Moss with the pick. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician and electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay. Cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break a feed. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like that.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. All that and more.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They keep it with Henry on first down. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Aguilar in motion left. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 10 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good.
I'm just learning how to spell analytics, and I need to get that down because it's going to be a huge part of the NFL game going forward. I think that was the call there, trying to go for two after that touchdown.
Yeah, opening drive, you not only do you get the 6, but fully seize momentum with the 8, and unfortunately they couldn't do it.
I think they were trying to gain that huge advantage, not just on the scoreboard, but mentally. I just wonder if that backfires a little when they stop you.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Yeah, he'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. After the interception, here's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now Jackson going to shift him around. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Kyle Pitts, touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 73 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They'll try and throw with Penix. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. A first down carry for Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now 2nd and 9. Jackson. Completes it to Aguilar. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in. But with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Looking to throw, Penix. That one caught by Ross Dwelley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And looking to throw, Penix. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll throw with Penix. That's caught left side with tight end Pitts.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Penix. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Jackson now. Flush to his right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Here is 3rd down and 4. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. So we have come to halftime, and what's already apologies to coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. 3rd quarter action ready to go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game. And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. To the air. Penix steps away to his left. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, 29 yards. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
That's a really good game right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. David Onyemata showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Well, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now Penix. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back to throw now on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Back now in Atlanta, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. A short throw caught by Andrews. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. In motion, Aguilar. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Throwing is Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Henry running right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll go down at the 28. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lamar changing the look. Throwing. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 28 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
Yeah, they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Dancing to his left. This went into the hands of Pitts. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here we go. 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
2nd and 1. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950 for the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 8, 23 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfielder settled so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Well, somebody lit a fire.
You say my look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure 8 when we wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need either weight. If you get it, not the play. You wanna run it up, turn it up, all night. If the lights went down, get you keep that baby. You wanna drop it down, pick it up, turn around, lift it up for you all night. Bet you wanna get from my mind, that's your love, baby. The boy.
It's the NFL on. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to start this one with a throw. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Mahomes now on second down. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick 6 and an early touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish an early rhythm.
And he's in for the 2. So just like that, a quick 8-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. Whoa! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Man in motion is Brown. 1st down throw, Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. Chance now to make up for that earlier pick 6. They have it 1st and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Hopkins sent in motion. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. The quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Ray McLeod on the return. Now an opening past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They're probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the... It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Throwing is Penix. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup.
And here's Bijan. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up third down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. Brings up third down.
On third down, it's Robinson. And they'll have it. He'll pick up the first down. Getting it to the 10-yard line as this drive continues, doing it on the ground.
First down and goal to go.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will get into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. Decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Another run here for Robinson. And he finds his way to the end zone again. Scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend the lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to have the Chiefs first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to Rice. And he's going to be taken down. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Pacheco. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. One more time with Pacheco. Good blocking, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more. They'll run with Pacheco, and he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We call it the octopus, and it cuts the deficit down a bit further. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted.
Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook. He gets free inside the 20. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play for the defense to get on the board. Quarterback trying to keep that play going. Instead, sees it go back the other way.
And the quarterback's doing a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field, but he doesn't sense the pressure. And I think that pressure, Mike, is what caused that errant pass. And not only does it lead to the turnover, but it leads to the pick 6.
This is going to be caught. So it's an 8-point swing. Not just the pick 6, but add on a 2-point conversion. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Falcons offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Penix. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will score. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air, They'll say no to the extra point. Go for two. Out of the shotgun. It's to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 14-yard line.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
A give, and here comes Robinson. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Here's a run. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. It's the gain of 3. First down, Kansas City.
Here's Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10 up at the 42. They'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. Open man, right side. He's got it. 17 yards on that play. First down, KC. Now it's Piron. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play in regulation. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They come up for 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Here's first down. Here's Pacheco. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
First and goal, Kansas City.
Now, Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Hardman now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He's going to tuck it and go.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down. He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on 4th down. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. 2nd down and 8. Mahomes back. Open man is Hopkins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the carry is P-Rock. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Throwing is Mahomes.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. This one intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They run over center with Robinson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. Now a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
On second down, Penix taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And he's going to go all the way to win it here in overtime. So it's a win here for the Falcons.
Chopper doing circles. It's a bird. Take him to the potty. He's a nerd. Pop out.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Next on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to only about the 23. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He's got the connection. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
He's got his man, completes to Wilson. And he is going to have the Saints first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Carr now on 2nd down. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Falcons are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Here's 2nd and 2. On the option, here's Robinson. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for a Falcons first down.
From the gun, here is Penix. And that will wind up incomplete. Triple.
With no score.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Back to throw. Here's Penix. Open man, left side. He's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Penix going to throw again. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And he will go all the way. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown Atlanta. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. Throwing again, it's Penix. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Williams now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll be searching for a way to get on that scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they'll start this drive 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr on the bootleg. That's deep for Olave. That is hard. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. On the handoff, it's Kamara. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Play action now. It's Carr. Throw right side to Olave. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Carr to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Falcons are going to get the football back as we reach the 2-minute warning. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll go play action now with open man downfield. That's London. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try.
And he's into the end zone. Kyle Pitts, touchdown Falcons. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point. Go for 2. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really the last 2 drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They're going to go play action with Penix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football at their own 23.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level.
Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
On 1st down, it's Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Penix. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So Can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis. And nothing will come of this last-ditch attempt at some points. Time runs out in this first half. So, we're at halftime, and no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. McLeod now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. A give left side. Here comes Robinson. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll throw. It's Penix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On 3rd down, Penix. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try and throw it with Penix. And he's in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense ready to take over once again. Interesting point here, Greg. This is one of those where, put me in the mind of the play caller. Are you thinking just keep the ball on the ground right now?
I think it's hard. I think a lot of it has to do with how much confidence do you have that he can work himself through it, because as the turnovers continue to stack up, your biggest fear is that the confidence breaks down. So a lot of this is really just how well do you understand, what kind of relationship do you have with your quarterback. If you think you can get him through it, Keep putting the ball in his hands. If you think he's done for the day, you got a big question you got to answer, whether he should even be in the game.
Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Open man down the field. It's Olave. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. On 1st and 10, Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. No play action with Carr. That one taken in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with a touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he will be taken down. A big... They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On 2nd down, here's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target. The ball falls incomplete.
A gain of 2 brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll go. It's Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short game. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll go again with Robinson. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. On third down, it's Robinson. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. And he's got another one. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown Falcons. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. On the give, it's Robinson.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
Here comes a return from the end zone. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. A throw on the move is caught. And he will dive into the end zone. 72 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. After the touchdown, Carr and the Saints going for 2. They'll drop to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Falcons offense make their way out to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll take this up past the 40, a pickup of 5. Here's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a 1st rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Carr. He'll let one go down the middle. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. Carr. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure.
And that final throw here is intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates, to the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown Atlanta. So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy.
Did you violate it?